How to solve the superintelligence problem. Oftentimes I use superheroes as an analogy to superintelligent robots, also known as superintelligence. These mechanical robots come in a garden variety with different intelligence levels and superpowers. Thus, I will refer to the superintelligence problem as the mutant problem. What exactly is the mutant problem? In the science fiction comic book, X-Men, the mutant problem is a serious issue humans face in the Marvel Universe as a result of the existence of super beings that are imbued with fantastic powers. This image depicts a fight between Superman and General Zod. During the battle, 4,000 involuntary humans died and hundreds of thousands of humans were injured. Here is another example. In the movie, Watchmen, 5 million humans died because of the actions of Dr. Manhattan. Notice the unbelievable destruction caused by these super beings in the wake of their conflicts, in terms of human casualties and structural and property damages. Unsuspecting to the public at large, the mutant problem is not science fiction anymore. With the advent of human-level artificial intelligence, the human race will soon face its successor, superintelligence. The question is, how do we solve this menacing mutant problem? How do we protect humans from being killed or harmed by super beings? Despite the overwhelming amount of comic book issues made by Marvel Comics on the X-Men series, a resolution to the mutant problem has not been presented yet. In this video I will propose two solutions to this problem. The first solution is to implement the virtual United States government. The second solution is to implement the practical time machine. Both methods are patented by me and was described in great detail in my books or applications filed between 2007 and 2008. The first method still does not solve the mutant problem as depicted in this diagram. However, the second method completely solves the mutant problem. The second method will guarantee that no human will be killed or harmed by robots. The virtual United States government system. This virtual United States government was first described in my patent application filed back in 2007, when I was describing my superintelligent robot. In the application, it states that all robots and superintelligent robots have to follow all laws and policies in the United States Constitution. Any robot caught breaking the law will be subject to the same consequences as a human. For example, if a robot murders a human being in the first degree, the penalty for such a crime will either be 30 years in prison or the death penalty. The U.S. Constitution is a very good law system to follow because not only can't these robots kill or harm a human being, but they also cannot rob a bank, shoplift, jaywalk, or commit cruelty to animals. As stated before, if they do break a law, they will be given the appropriate punishment. According to my application, the virtual government comprises billions of super-intelligent robots that are loyal to the United States and they have the power to enforce the law. If a robot or virtual robot breaks a law, the virtual government is responsible for detaining and sentencing the bad robot. The super-intelligent robots serve as the judicial branch of the government and other enforcement departments like the military or police. Keep in mind, only the smartest and fastest robots have the power to run and enforce the government. One possible solution to the mutant problem is to implement the virtual United States government. Let me go into the details of this law system. In the future there will be two parts to the U.S. government. 1. Real United States government, responsible for passing and enforcing laws for humans. 2. Virtual United States government, responsible for passing and enforcing laws for virtual or real robots. There are two races involved here, the human race and the robot race. Individual robots or individual humans are citizens of the United States and all citizens are created equal. A human has the same rights and privileges as a self-aware robot and vice versa. With this said, the two parts of the U.S. government is split 50-50 in terms of authority and power. The government will pass and enforce laws based on this power ratio. Just to clarify certain details, the virtual government comprises a virtual House of Representatives, a virtual Senate, and a virtual President. Individual robot senators and robot representatives can be elected by robots only. The robots will also have the honor of voting for a robot president. The virtual government will mirror the three-branch structure and law-passing process of the real government. Bills will be created and voted on by both robot senators and robot representatives, and the powers are divided amongst three entities, the virtual president, the virtual House of Representatives, and the virtual Senate. The above serves the first two branches of government, the executive branch and legislative branch. The superintelligent robots serve as the judicial branch of government. They interpret and enforce the law. The virtual United States government is also a place where real or virtual robots can voice their concerns, opinions, and ideas. This system allows the robots to be represented and to have their voices heard. Now, let's take a look at the overall system. The main function of the virtual government and real government is to govern two races, the human race and the robot race. The idea is to minimize conflicts between the two races and make sure humans and robots, alike, can coexist and live in peace and prosperity. Both races will agree to this virtual United States government because both sides want to establish a modernized government to govern both robots and humans living in the United States. Each race will agree to follow rules and policies in the U.S. Constitution. And both races will agree to penalties for breaking the law. The robots have an ability that humans don't have, which is the freedom to enter and exit the virtual world at any given time. This poses a serious danger to humans because 30 years inside a virtual world can be 1 second in the real world. What if a robot wanted to spend 30 years inside a computer planning and building a nuclear weapon to exterminate the human race? One of the most important functions of the virtual United States government is to monitor all activities in the virtual world at the lowest level. 30 years inside a virtual world is equivalent to 1 second in the real world. The virtual United States government must monitor all robots at the fastest speed in the virtual world. Let's take a look at the benefits for superintelligent robots. A superintelligent robot is exponentially more intelligent than a human being. According to this system, a superintelligent robot is equal to a human being and vice versa. Although a super robot is superior, intellectually, compared to a human, the law states that he is still an equal citizen to a human. A superintelligent robot isn't afraid of humans nor are they afraid of robots with human-level intelligence. However, they are afraid of each other. Under the virtual government system, the superintelligent robots will have the security assurance that their own life can't be taken away from them by other superintelligent robots. All super robots agree to the terms and services of the U.S. Constitution. This mutual agreement will ensure life security for the entire pack. It also ensures and guarantees that anyone breaking the law will be punished by our justice system. This law system also works for evolving robots like Ultron. It doesn't matter how smart the robot becomes, this government system will have the power to protect all humans from these evolving robots. Solution 2: Implementing the practical time machine. The practical time machine is a supercomputer that turns every electronic device, like smartphones and desktop computers, into atom manipulators. These atom manipulators are equipped with EM radiation that permits objects to be manipulated. This technology produces what scientists call telekinesis. These atom manipulators are scattered all over the globe and they work together to track every atom, electron, and EM radiation on planet Earth, and to have direct control over said, all atoms, electrons, and EM radiation on the planet. This means all objects, biological or mechanical, can be controlled by the supercomputer. It can physically control a human or a computer or a single molecule. There are three components to my time machine. The superintelligent robots is the central intelligence of the invention. They use the perfect timeline of Earth to track and understand the behaviors of atoms. Next, the superintelligent robots uses the atom manipulator to manipulate objects in the real world. Diagram 4a depicts the atom manipulator. It has the ability to control atoms or molecules from a distance using EM radiation, such as microwaves, sound waves, X-rays, artificial magnetic fields, etc. The supercomputer is controlling the atom manipulator to generate something called intelligent pressure. In addition, the supercomputer uses a perfect digital timeline of Earth. This timeline tracks every atom on planet Earth for the past, present and future, every nanosecond. The abilities of the atom manipulator is to generate intelligent pressure to move atoms around, trap atoms in a fixed location, apply energy to break apart molecules, or merge atoms together to form complex molecules. With these abilities, it can build any type of ghost machine to do work. A ghost machine is a non-physical machine that can do anything a physical machine can do. Here is a ghost machine to turn a bottle cap. Intelligent pressure is used to hold the bottle in place so it doesn't move. Next, intelligent pressure is applied to the cap in a counterclockwise manner. This will screw the cap off the bottle. Different types of molecules or force fields can be created from thin air to form any shape or size tools to do work. The key here is to create structured force fields to replace physical tools. The elemental actions are the hold, grip, push, twist, and pull. The supercomputer has to do these elemental actions according to the limited space available. If a goal is to screw a nail, a ghost machine has to do this according to the empty space available. An intelligent force field is created and it can come in different sizes and shapes. This force field can perform the following actions: hold, grip, push, twist and pull the nail. The ghost machine can also cut a board in half. It uses lasers to break apart individual molecules in specific areas. An alternative is to build a knife out of metal particles and use intelligent pressure to move the blade. The opposite is true, whereby two separate boards are molecularly combined. With these elemental actions the ghost machines can do anything. Let's look at a very complex example. This diagram shows thousands of ghost machines generated by the computer to assemble a car in the fastest time possible. Each ghost machine do different things. Some machines screw caps on and others combine metal frames together. From start to finish the atom manipulator can assemble a car in less than 3 minutes. The supercomputer is responsible for the intelligence and coordination of each ghost machine. A faster way to assemble a car is to build the car at an atomic level. The atom manipulator is building the car, atom by atom, by moving atoms around, merging atoms together to form complex molecules, or positioning atoms in a fixed location. This process takes less than 10 seconds to build a car. Ghost machines can come in different sizes and shapes. It can manipulate large objects like a building or small objects like a water molecule. The ultimate goal for the ghost machines is to manipulate individual atoms and molecules. One example is ripping a person apart atom by atom and putting him back together again. If this technique is perfected, the human race needn't worry about old age or death. The decision-making of the practical time machine is run by the virtual United States government. The main purpose of the virtual United States government is to pass and enforce laws. Superintelligent robots are responsible for proposing and passing bills. These bills will be collaborated and worked on with human politicians in the real world. The most important bills will need permission from human politicians in the real world to pass. One example would be to use the atom manipulator to stop or prevent earthquakes. The bill will be voted on by both humans in the real world and by virtual robots in the virtual world. If the bill is passed, then the superintelligent robots can execute the instructions in the bill. This technology can be used to do practically anything. It can stop natural disasters, like hurricanes, tornadoes, landslides, flooding, earthquakes, and tsunamis, or it can bring dead people back to life, or cure diseases. Anything a god can do, this thing can also do. This technology is also known as an artificial god. For a detailed description of the technology, refer to my patent applications. Let's apply this technology to saving human lives. Hypothetically, let's imagine Superman is fighting with General Zod. No doubt, flying debris will be littering the streets. Here's what happens when shrapnel is flying towards a human being. Notice a force field is created by the atom manipulator to protect the human from being killed or injured. In this example, a man falls to earth from a 60-story building. The atom manipulator creates intelligent pressure to float the man safely to the ground. In yet another example, a man is knocked unconscious by a punch from General Zod and he falls into the ocean and drowns. The atom manipulator is disintegrating the man's body, atom by atom, and reintegrating his atoms to the state before the drowning. A better idea is to use the practical time machine to turn the environment into a living entity. If Superman murders a human being, the government can use specific atom manipulators located on various places on the planet to capture him and lock him up. The environment will accurately identify Superman, and create an intelligent force field around him to restrain him. This method does not require sending physical robots to capture Superman. Instead, this device is generating telekinesis powers to restrain Superman. Referring to diagram 44b, the atom manipulator are scattered all over the planet to manipulate all atoms and objects. Referring to diagram 46a, each superintelligent robot uses an atom manipulator to generate their superpowers. In this example, the robot version of Green Lantern is using the atom manipulator to perform telekinesis. Doesn't it make perfect sense that the same technology a robot uses to generate superpowers is also the same technology used to disarm the super robot? In the future, this is the government structure of the United States. The virtual U.S. government will be established and the practical time machine will be implemented. The government will monitor every single atom, electron, and even individual radiation on Earth. The reason for this is because the government wants to protect the lives of all Americans living in the United States. In the future, if a person dies from a heart attack, there are two possibilities. Either that person died from natural causes or artificial causes. Remember, An atom manipulator can be used to give a person an artificial heart attack. Since the government wants to ensure the safety of its people, it is essential they track every atom or electron or EM radiation on the planet. In the year 2100, there are no crimes, no deaths, no accidents, no murders, and no natural disasters. Everyone born into this world is considered rich and they can have anything they want. If they cannot have it in the real world, they can have it in the virtual world. Old age is a disease that will be eliminated by technology, and humans can live forever. In fact, all diseases are eliminated. Oftentimes, I tell people how boring the future will be. It's boring, but it is also a very wonderful place to live. No one works in the future because of automation, and both robots and humans live together in peace and prosperity. This future will only happen if these two technologies are implemented by the United States. If they don't implement these fail-safe systems, the complete opposite might happen, and instead of peace, the human race will be facing extinction. Finally, both the human race and robot race will coexist on planet Earth. The government's responsibility is to minimize conflicts between the two races. The virtual United States government plays a vital role in this peace between humans and self-aware robots.